Hi everybody, I'm Grace Grella, your intuitive host, and as always we're here because it's all about getting you into the positive zone. So if you need information about your life, whether it's about your love life, your finances, your health, your invisible entourage, people who have passed, your loved ones that you'd like to get a message to or from, hey, that's what we're here for. Call me. Don't be afraid, just call me. The studio line is live at 516-629-3705 or 3715. Now, if you'd like to be here up close and personal, don't be shy. Send me an email with your digits and your information. I will hook you up and contact you, and you could be here, and we'll make it up close and personal for you. My email address is gracegrella@gmail.com. And that's what we're here. We're here because it's all about you and making you happy and put a little pep in your step. I want to especially thank the crew who volunteers their time and their talent. I am so blessed to have them all. Phyllis Sterneman, Michael Peters, Jason Hodge, Rebecca Farina, Daniel DiNatale, Emily Sullivan. We just have, and there's another handsome guy in there, and Justin Sam, I believe, and everybody on the planet who's ever crewed for me. And that leads me into the one and only special guest I have this evening, who started with the show 12, 13 years ago. They run into each other after a while, and she's been a blast. Our one, our only, Sabina Miller. Yay, Sabina! Sabina! Gung Hee Fa Choi. It is Chinese New Year. You are a monkey. It is the year of the monkey, the red fire monkey, and you're on fire all the time, woman.
Well, monkeys do other things than be on fire, and I am a monkey.
Yeah, I know. That's so great. So you were a perfect guest for the show this evening. I wanted to highlight a lot of what you've contributed and done, not just for the show, but for the whole community. Your lists of credits are just phenomenal. I mean, from the Jesse Mercal Award from the Great Neck Chamber, the Woman's Roll of Honor, you've twice, yeah, and I most recently, the one I'm so excited about is Savvy, Miss the Queen. You're now the Queen. Savvy Senior 2015, and they gave you a cape and a crown and a scepter and everything. I just think that's so befitting you. And because we affectionately call you the Contessa, because when you speak, people listen, and it's because of your warmth. You're a Cancerian, you're very nurturing, you're always trying to inform people and to help people. And you're brilliant with your work with the town of North Hempstead Project Independence, where you have your own radio show.
Well, it's not my show.
Well, of course it is when you're there. It's yours. Okay. And you're one of the DJs and interviewers that assist them in getting information out to all the seniors in the area. And that is just so needed. And I'm tickled pink that you're going to be taking this a step further and having your own TV show. Yay, Sabina! Ms. Savvy Senior, and getting people here to interview and give information to everybody out there about services and how to maneuver and be independent and really love life and be like, you're like Auntie Mame. It's like life is a banquet and most suckers are starving to death. But, you know, you're enjoying, and God bless, and this is, how do you do it? You're like Wonder Woman.
Not really. I guess from the time I was very young, it took a lot to keep me interested in. I would get bored easily. And then I got married, I had children, And I had all day, I stopped working, I had all day home and had to find something to do. And then I went back to work, and then,
and on that note, when you went back to work, this is what I love, love, love about Sabina. Sabina is a Cancerian, July 17th. For everybody who knows and loves her, we revere that date. And on July 17th, she was born into this world. And she, like Nancy Reagan, were, I want to say, glass ceiling breakers with using astrology and bringing it into the forefront and out of the back rooms with the beads and the crystal balls and all that stuff, and bringing it into the now and saying, no, this is viable information, this is scientific. Although a lot of scientists would argue with that.
Yes, and when I say to someone, what's your sign, they say, oh, I don't believe in that crap. But I find that not all Cancerians are the same, but they possess many of the same qualities. Not all Scorpios are the same, or Aries. But I never met an Aries who, bottom line is, wasn't a nice person. And if I say that to some Aries, they say, well, everybody's a nice person. Honey, you're living in your apartment or house and never going out if you think everybody's nice. There are certain characteristics and traits, and I did work at the hospital.
And you used astrology and human resources to match up job applicants to their current bosses, and it worked out swimmingly, right?
Well, also, it's a question of, if you have a department and there are 16 young girls in there, you can't have one troublemaker or no work is ever done. It only takes one person to disrupt it.
Oh, ain't that the truth, sugar?
So I used astrology, and we were evaluated. I don't remember if it was every 3 months or every 6 months, but I went in for my first evaluation, and Andy Portelli, who was head of the department, said to me, I sat down, and the first thing he said was, what the hell is going on in your office? I thought he was going to say, good job, see you in another couple of months. And I said, I don't know what you have reference to. He said, and we were kind of graded on what they called the stick rate. How many people did we hire in the last few months? How many left of their own accord? The job was not as represented. How many were fired? They couldn't do the job. And how many stuck?
Yeah, and you had a really good stuck rate.
Well,
and hold on to that thought, and we're going to see if we can help Pam, who's online right now. Pam, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure can. How are you?
How are you? I am very well.
Good, sweetheart. So, as a Scorpio, I know you have burning thoughts for us. So, how can we help you tonight, honey?
Okay. Well, Well, first I would like to thank you because last time I spoke to you, I was supposed to have a procedure done.
Yes.
And I was thinking about not having it done, and you called me out on it. I had it done, and it was great, and I'm glad it's over with. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
But I don't know, Grace, my energy is like so off. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I do, and that's probably why you called. Okay. All right, Pam, what's going on is that your hormones are a little out of whack, okay? I would definitely, there's iron, you're iron deficient too, okay?
Okay.
Definitely go have your blood drawn and have them analyze it. They're going to back up what I'm telling you. I always make the joke, I need them to write the prescriptions. I can diagnose very well, thank you very much. Okay, so, but it's, you got a little bit of anemia going on, honey. So try to pump up a little more spinach into the rotation, you know, with your diet. Or if you want to take a supplement, iron supplement, that's going to help you. And also, you need to get a little bit more quality sleep. Because have you been waking up at like 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, because they're showing me like the clock in my mind, and they're saying, oh, well, she's up like clockwork, you know, and so your uninterrupted sleeping patterns can make you very exhausted, all right?
And that's what I am.
Yeah.
I'm so exhausted that I'm telling you.
I
Now,
know.
why is my iron low, though?
Because you're not really ingesting nutritionally through your diet enough iron-sourced food, okay?
Okay.
So the green leafies, babe. Do you like greens? I love greens.
I do, and you know what? I eat a lot of salad.
Oh yeah, but that, you know, salads really you're not really getting enough iron out of that, depending on what kind of if you're using a romaine or iceberg, forget it. That's just like water. Okay.
Yeah, I usually do like the mix
Okay.
that has like the spinach and all that in it.
Okay. Yeah, but it's just not enough, babe. Okay.
Okay.
So you know, a little supplement, you know, or just try to, you know, have more greens like collards, or if you could do that, that would be helpful. Or you know what? I'm so lazy. Forgive me, God, it's true. I just say, well, you know, it's just easier for me to pop the supplement in the morning.
Okay.
So whatever works for you. All right. I'm just giving you suggestions, but truly, Pam, honey, you've called in quite a number of times. I've been on point, right?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
And because work, I thought it was work, because work is like, this has been the week from, can I say hell?
Sure you can. You just did. HE double two sticks. I know it. Yeah.
It has been, and I thought it was people's energy around me, because, you know, it's like other people's energy was like just draining me. It's like I just have nothing else to give to anybody. I'm exhausted.
I know you. I know, honey. Well, you know, you are an empath, so you know that's part of the reason that you're allowing other people to do the Hoover Deluxe job on your energy levels. Okay, so just be mindful of it, and you know, excuse yourself. Go to ladies' room. You know, wash your hands with cool water, and remind yourself that you're the observer and you don't have to process the energy for them. And maybe they thrive on drama, but you don't have to show up for the performance. Okay? So I think that's going to assist you, honey, but definitely have that blood work up, Pam. But this is going to all clear up in 3 weeks.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It's nothing serious?
No.
Okay.
All right? And then when you call me back next month, I want the full report.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, doll. Lots of love, and thanks for calling in, Pam.
Thank you.
Okay, feel the love, honey. Have a good night. Bye-bye. So, Sabina, you know all about Scorpios.
All right. Just let me finish up this story for you. I go in for my first evaluation, and as I said, we were evaluated on a stick rate. How many did we hire that stuck, that weren't
keep your place
fired?
really well.
Yes. So I go in, I sit down, I think Andy Portelli is going to say, wow, good job. And he looks at me and he says, what the hell is going on in your office? I said, what? I want to know what's going on in there. I said, I don't know what you have reference to. He said, you have a 97% stick rate. People don't get that. They have 49, 51. How are you doing that? I said, oh, that. I read people well, I read their resumes, I check their references, and a little astrology. He says, astrology? I gave you an office with a window. Do you know how hard it is to get an office with a window in this hospital? I could have sat you in the lobby at a card table with a rag on your head, a bowl turned upside down. You could have hired from there. I said, it's working, isn't it? He said, oh, yeah, see you in 3 months. And that was that. But I also find certain signs or givers you know, you can say, oh, come on, if we get the right person, we're going to be a giver to them. But certain signs are naturally givers, certain signs are naturally takers. And I met someone, and for a number of years saw someone who was a giver, which I am also, and I thought I would go crazy. I'll do it. No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. And you really have to learn to shut up and let somebody else do it.
And hopefully we're going to let somebody else do it and give Katerina some information. She's hanging out on the phone. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. How can we help you tonight, love?
I was just really needing to know when my husband will finally get his visa to come to the States.
And why do I feel like this was already supposed to have been resolved?
Yeah, it was. It was.
And did you see each other for the holidays?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Again, I'm seeing the holidays. Easter's right around the corner here. And Passover.
We were supposed to see each other for the holidays, for Christmas.
Right. No, I remember that. I remember that
Yeah.
you phoning in with that.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie. I do feel that again. They keep showing me holidays in my head, but I know I see Mary Poppins every day's a holiday with Mary. Dick Van Dyke singing that. It's difficult because of the paperwork and everything that's going on with the stringency around immigration right now.
Yeah.
I know that it's frustrating, but you're able to talk on the phone. Do you have FaceTime? Do you see each other on the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, every day.
Okay. So I'm hearing to say to you that in and of itself is a blessing, and this time when you two are physically brought back together again, it'll seem like it wasn't as long and arduous as it is. When you're in love and you want to be with that love, and every minute feels like an eternity. I get that, babe. Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
I wish I could give you the exact time, date, and to the nanosecond of when this physical reunion was going to happen. All I can tell you is it's definitely going to happen. This is not going to go on indefinitely. Okay, and they keep showing me holiday time. So there are holidays right around the corner. Let's send up prayers and be optimistic that that's what they're relating to us now. Okay, but I do feel that there is somebody working on the paperwork for you. Okay, did somebody recommend? Does somebody know someone in politics that they offered to do an intervention?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't an intervention. My church, there's a lawyer, he used to be a former mayor, and they gave him to me to see if he could do anything, and he told me, you need to get them the paperwork that they want. And we're in the midst of getting that. He's got his part done, the one other paper they needed. On my end, I'm facing a little bit of an issue with possibly getting what I need, but once we get it to them, I don't know how long it's going to be before. I mean, they said that's all he needs. He already went for his interview. They said that's all he needs.
All right, babe. All right, so this is good news. All right, so it's just a matter of the incidentals and going through the motions, and so it is true that somebody was provided to you to, like, this is an intervention to help you with this. Okay.
Yeah. He kind of just gave me some advice. You know, it wasn't really anything like help.
Well, but you know what? Sometimes things are going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware of. And that's what faith is all about, faith and trust. And, you know, like maybe you can't see it, but it's happening. It's like when you plant that seed all right? And you're waiting and waiting and waiting for the flower to sprout or for something to happen. The gestation process is going on. Maybe you don't see the bloom 2 weeks later, but it's this growth happening, okay? So that's what they want you to focus on, is that it is happening. There are people helping you behind the scenes, that this paperwork is going to be taken care of, and before you know it, you two will be reunited and back together. Okay. And I guarantee it's going to be on a holiday, because they keep showing me holidays, all right?
Okay.
All right, sweetie, lots of love, and I'm sending up prayers for you, so.
Thank you.
All right, keep the faith. Thanks for calling in, Katerina.
Thank you.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, Sabina.
At any rate, speaking of seniors, of which I think it's safe to say, and of course it's not high noon now, but I think it's safe to say I'm the oldest person in the building. I'm very opinionated, and I am one of the few people I know who does what they talk about. Most people have an opinion, but they don't pay attention to themselves. And to me, it's important for seniors, not only seniors, everybody needs a reason to get up in the morning and to put their earrings on or put their pants on, and it shouldn't be to make the bed. They have to get out of the house, and you say, and
passion
go,
and purpose.
And someone says, and go where? To the park? No. Go volunteer, do something. Unless you've helped other people, you have no idea how good it feels to.
This sounds like an Oprah episode. She had this discussion with. She was saying, well, you haven't really lived till you've volunteered and helped and done something for somebody who just has no way of ever repaying you for it, and that feeling of elation and joy that it brings to you. So, and it was with, what's his name, with American Idol, Simon Cowell. And she told Simon Cowell, who's a Libra, and she's an Aquarius, so I thought that was brilliant. They're both air signs, but she was trying to assist him in taking it up a few notches and getting more into philanthropy and being altruistic. And once he did venture out into that wonderful sea of emotion, he was very grateful for it. And I think that's what really opened him up to become a father and now settle down and get married. Okay, so it happened to be his best friend's wife. Well, that's another show. But it's about opening up that heart chakra, and you do that for so many seniors.
But unless you do it, you have no idea. And I'll tell you a fast story. I've been honored a lot. My daughter's in Alabama, my son's upstate. Usually it's a luncheon. I don't even tell my children. But my children were brought up in Great Neck. My son used to ride his bike to the Merchant Marine Academy, run around the track and so forth. And I was being honored one night at the Merchant Marine Academy, and they have it in the Officers Club. It's beautiful. It overlooks the water and the bridge with the lights. And so I invited my children, and my 14-year-old granddaughter came down. And at that time, she had the lead nanny. She sings, she dances, she acts, she plays 6 musical instruments. And they came down, and my daughter-in-law called me the next morning, and she said, on the way home, Hannah announced from the back seat of the car, I'm out of show business. I'm going to do what Grandma does. And that summer, she went to India. Her mother went with her. She lived in an orphanage for untouchable teenage girls. And she worked with them. I don't know what she did, but she came home and she called, and I said, how was it? She said, oh, I took out a website because I'm going back. I said, well, what do you need the website for? She said, they want to learn English. And I have worked out a program through music where I can teach them English. And so I need 35 ukuleles. I chose the ukulele because it's the easiest string instrument to play. it makes a happy sound, and I can carry him on the plane.
Very practical with Scorpio.
Yes,
that she is.
yes. And so she went that summer. Oh, I said to her, she called before she left, I said, Hannah, shortly after you get back, or maybe on the way back, you'll get your reward. And she said, what is it? And I said, I'm not telling you. And when we hung up, I thought, wow, that was a mistake, because I give my grandchildren checks. She's going to think it's a check, and that's not what I meant. And so it bothered me all while she was gone. And she came back and she called and she said, Grandma, I think I got my reward. Wow, what a relief that was, because I knew I didn't send a check. And I said, what was it? She said, they must have practiced without me, because when I left, they all said with one voice, goodbye, Hannah. She said, was that my reward?
Yes, and you were quelling. And we're quelling here with Sabina. If you're watching live, don't go away. We'll be back. And if you're watching the rebroadcasted show, hey, stay in the positive zone. If you'd like to be here and get some up-close and personal information for yourself, shoot me an email at gracegrella@gmail.com with your digits and your availability, and we'll make it happen for you. Have a good night, everybody.